Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the 12th episode. I remember this time. 12th episode of Wrestling with the Bros. Along
Acknowledge us.
Snoop. Acknowledge us. Yes, acknowledge us. Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with the Bros alongside Fair. I am Chris. Follow us at WWTB 2024. Also, shout out to our executive producer, Smitty. It's another episode of Wrestling with the Bros. I think is this episode 50?
50. We are the big 5-0.
Oh, big 50, yeah. 50.
Old ass
All
niggas. Old ass niggas.
Right. 50 episodes into Wrestling with the Bros. And thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in to us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, Wrestle with the Bros. Hit that notification, hit that bell so when we go live, you're right there with us. And also, I believe we are on Twitter as well. So, man, Fair, how's your week going so far? We're halfway through the week. Man, I got one more day at work and I'm off for 4. So I can't wait till tomorrow.
I got off at 1 p.m. today, and I don't go back till Tuesday. So
yeah, see, after tomorrow, I don't go back till Tuesday. Yeah, so a nice little 4-day weekend. So yeah, very very happy about that.
and I got a lot of friends and family. Well, we have friends and family coming over, mostly in-laws. Hi. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a little fun weekend. I'm gonna get some. I gotta get new grill plates for the grill because I should I guess during I didn't cover during the storm. I didn't cover the damn grill. I forgot to fucking do it. So that shit just got rained on, and I looked at it and it's fucking all rusted. I'm like, fuck.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's a wrap.
Gotta buy new grill plates. I'm gonna cook some steaks. Some shrimp. That's what we're gonna do.
Right. Yeah, we're actually well. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to my oldest son, Vernon. Today is his 20th birthday, so happy birthday to
Happy
him.
birthday.
And also, yeah, matter of fact, your daughter's birthday. This was your third, your third girl.
My oldest daughter.
Oldest
17.
daughter. Okay, oldest. Okay, 17. She turned 17 yesterday. My oldest turned 20 today. Happy birthday to her. And then my baby boy, he turns 14 on Friday. So the month of May, I'm sure for you,
I got my niece's Sweet 16 on goddamn Saturday. So yeah, just birthdays. Then my daughter, my third daughter, her birthday is on the 7th of June. So yeah, I got a bunch of birthdays.
Man, it's a lot. It's very busy. Graduations. My youngest, he graduates from 8th grade next week. There's proms. It's a lot going on. I think May and I'll have to look this up to see if May and June are the busiest months of the year, like as far as celebrations and stuff. Because I'm telling you, between graduations, proms,
That would make sense.
I guess weddings. Yeah,
that would make sense. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I have to wonder if that's the case. But nevertheless, we are here to give you great wrestling content. So let's not delay any longer. Man, you know what? Hold on. Where's my phone at? Where's my notes at? Where's my notes at? Because I want to make sure that I got everything in order here. And of course, it's in the wrong stuff. But here we go. All right. This Saturday, Fair, unfortunately, cannot go to Saturday night's main event, which is in his backyard, right in his backyard. He thought he was going to go, and his wife told him, "Hell no, you ain't
Hell
going.
no.
You keep your black ass." She was like, "You keep your black ass right over here. You ain't going nowhere."
You put this all white outfit we got, and you're going to the Sweet 16, sir. You better
Sweet
sit your
16. Yes. Sweet 16 party is coming up. So Fair will not be in attendance in Tampa. But it will be going on live this Saturday on NBC and also as well as Peacock. Saturday night's main event. There's only four matches
for
for
now.
this
But
pay-per-view for now.
also
I,
remember that
I
this
if,
is a 2 hour show too. So four matches is
yeah,
kind
that's true
of
too.
about right.
Yeah. If they get five, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. But yeah,
Yeah.
I see five matches. I see a lot of story being developed, especially and and you and I we were talking about this in our pre-production meeting last night about how possibly the Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman story could really be connected in a lot of this special or I don't know if it's a I guess a PLE for
Well, I
Saturday.
mean, technically it's on NBC, the network channel NBC. So I don't. It's like it's a TV show. I don't
I
know.
guess yeah, but
It's a
there's
TV
only
show.
four matches right now. John Cena against R-Truth, Jay Uso against Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight title, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, which for some reason I didn't realize it was in a steel cage match. That's happening. And then probably the main event will be the tag match of Sami Zayn, Punk against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Just, to go over
No, 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 no,
Saturday
no,
night's
no.
main event.
Logan. They said Logan Paul and Jey Uso was going to be the main event. That was
Oh, they did
announced.
say that.
They're
Okay.
going to be the main
Okay.
event of
Okay. All right, then. All right. Well, then it makes sense. That makes sense. Fair. Just looking at this card right here, what are your thoughts about this card? And do you and we'll give our picks as to what we think will happen in on Saturday night's main event.
I mean, ho hum. I mean, there's nothing crazy going on. I feel like they're really the interjection as far as how um as far on the Raw side anyway, how they're interjecting Seth already, including Jay, uh, and kind of into his angle, just to be the goal for Seth to go get as the final piece to what he's trying to do. And I've loved that part of the storytelling there. It's just, I don't know, like just this pay per view after pay per view. I really feel this Saturday night main event is really just a prelude to Money in the Bank. Like the story is going to further itself uh, as far as that. Well, not so much Money in the Bank because I think this story is more further to that June 9th Raw that they announced that the winner of Logan Paul and Jay gets Gunther. So I just think it's well put together. I don't want to sound like I'm knocking it, but it's just the Saturday night main event. Then 2 weeks is Money in the Bank, and then 2 weeks after that is Night of Champions. Like that's kind of just that's a lot, bro, and it's not allowing stuff to breathe properly. I think but it's also making them put a story out there and quickly. So it's not a downtime as this time usually is.
No, I totally agree with you. That was one thing I think we talked about on last week's episode about is this too much is are these too much paper? I guess the pay per views is it too much for WWE right now? And it very well could be, but you're also like you just said, you're getting out stories or what have you, and you're also building up to um to SummerSlam, which I've
Right.
always felt that was the second most important pay per view of the year behind WrestleMania. So out of the big four, so I do think that it is a lot because don't forget you also still have Raw and SmackDown as well too. So it is a lot, but you're also building stories. I feel to help you because I always felt that the summertime was always the slowest time of the year for WWE. I've always felt that,
Mhm.
I think that this keeps the summer interesting and keeps the summer going for WWE. So I think it's good and then it's not good. But I hope that they're able to carry this all the way throughout the summer and keep the story or stories going for the whole summer. So that way, by the time we get to SummerSlam,
Right.
we're all good. So
Yeah, I just
no,
it's like I said, like it's the good part of it is they're putting out a story and it's making it seem more important than usually this time is. Usually this time is a dull time, like as you just said, like this start of it right here, and then July is usually when they fire up. But now you got within 6 weeks, you got three PLEs. That kind of makes your storytelling have to accelerate. So it's a real good thing for the storytelling aspect, but it's just it does feel sometimes a bit rushed, but it's in my opinion, it's still what they're doing with Seth and Jay, especially on the Raw side, is has been good. I'm just saying it still has been rushed, but it still has been good, if that even makes sense. That's kind of like oxymoron, I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah,
Um,
I've loved it. I've loved it. You hear me? You see me in the chats? I be wailing. Yeah, but yeah, it's been good.
no, it's been good. I've had no complaints about it at all. Like I just hope that the stories leading up for the pay-per-views that are coming up here in the next few weeks are they're able to hold up and I think they will. I think they will hold up for hold our attention. I think the stories will be solid to where it takes us through that dead period for the
They gotta
for
land the
WWE.
Seth stuff, the Seth and Jay stuff,
Yep,
and
I
we'll
totally
talk about
agree.
that.
Oh my eye.
What kind of let's you know what? Let's go ahead and pick them. Let's go ahead and you
Yeah.
pick the format. Pick the four matches first, and then I'll go. Go ahead, you. Go
All
ahead.
right. So I think John Cena, our truth. I got John Cena winning. I think that might be my entertaining match of the night. I think that match is gonna be real funny as you see right there on the screen the four matches for Saturday night's main event. John Cena, I have him winning over our truth. I have Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker beating CM Punk and Sami Zayn, and for some reason man, I got a strange feeling we might see that third person. I think Sammy might be that third person. I think he might turn, or he might give a little bit of a tease for that turn. But we shall see. Um, I think Damian Priest beats Drew McIntyre in the steel cage match, and then I have Jey Uso defeating Logan Paul in the main event and keeping the belt.
All right. All right. So you got Cena, Seth, and Braun.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna go into the ins and outs that you said. You said did you
Right.
say Drew McIntyre? I'm sorry.
No, I said Priest. I think Priest wins.
Oh, you think Damian Priest wins? Oh, okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. And then you said Jay.
Jay, yes.
All right. Solid logical. Why do you think Damian Priest is gonna win? That's interesting.
I think I just think I think Damian needs that. He needs that bump. I think Damian really needs that bump right now to get himself back in the thick of things. I think he needs that bump. He's been kind of.
For sure.
It's funny that him leaving the Judgment Day kind of left him out hanging out to dry in a sense. And not saying he's not relevant, but do we really care about Damian Priest right now?
I don't get this um line of thinking anymore in wrestling. What do we care about wins and losses? The man has been going up with the in my opinion, the hottest superstar in the WWE. Drew McIntyre has been praised for the latter part of a year and a half for his mic work and his work in the ring. Damian Priest has gotten over with Drew McIntyre. It's not like Damian Priest is out here just jobbing
No,
and just
he's not.
not
He's not. He's
competitive.
not. But
So
I don't.
I don't
I don't
get
know. It
this.
just seems
What is
like.
this? He's no, he's not as big of a superstar as a Drew McIntyre. But you know what? Not many are.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's in his lane. You know that's his lane. He's right now undercurrent. He can be a world champion. He can be a U.S. or mid card champion. That's where he is, and that's to be honest, that's a good place to be if you can be used in either place that makes you relevant, that keeps you relevant,
Hmm.
that keeps you on people's minds. It don't matter if you keep saying he's not living up or whatever, but you're talking about him. You don't not talk about Damian Priest in the main event scene, and that's all he has to be is a main event player. So I don't like not like your pick. But I don't understand the because it's not it's you. I like you and a lot of other of the internet community or the Twitter community, wrestling community say that stuff too. And I'm like, I don't understand what wrestling is then. It's just about entertainment. Nobody cares about the
Right.
wins and losses, and you don't have to win or lose to carry momentum into the next feud that you have. The
Well,
storyline
well,
tells the
uh,
momentum.
right. No, no, I see what you're saying. I think wins and loss to a certain degree matter because there have been times where we have said, like Cena. I think Cena hadn't won a pay-per-view match in like, oh, what, 2 years prior to him winning at
Mhm.
Mania or Chamber, whatever it was. I think, like I said, I think to a certain, and I think they matter in the story. I think wins and losses. I think they matter when story wise. So I do think, not saying that Drew, because I actually like this version of Drew McIntyre where he's pissed off at everything. Like he loses, he's pissed. He wins, he's pissed. It seems like he's like the Scottish male version of of Monet Tejada from Power Ghost. And if y'all have seen Power Ghost, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like nothing
Yeah, I don't know
pleased
what
her
you're
at
talking about.
all.
I don't know
like
what you're
like
talking about.
like if you brought her eggs, bacon, and pancakes, whatever, which was her favorite, she get pissed off like, what is this? What the fuck you bringing this for? Stuff like that. That's Drew McIntyre. He's pissed off at everything. So I actually like when Drew McIntyre is pissed off when he loses a match that he feels he should win. So
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Damian Priest win, and then putting him in the IC title picture, if you will, um, because he's won the U.S. and I know he's won the world heavyweight. He's won the U.S., right?
Yeah, you're on the US Tavern.
So I guess the only one left is just the IC belt. That's the only one he hasn't won.
I can see him, and then there's been some rumors about the draft coming up. They said it would be before SummerSlam, so that's probably
Okay.
somewhere in July, somewhere probably. Um, so I can see him going back over to Raw. I can definitely see him go back over to Raw, or they switch the championship over, the IC championship over, and move the US champion over to Raw. Like that like refreshing of the roster, in my opinion, would also help Damian Priest so he can get new opponents because he's been kind of fighting the same people for like 8 months. So I think that's kind of maybe why he's falling flat with people. Is he's been fighting. He was fighting Judgment Day for like 3 months, and then he's been fighting Drew McIntyre for the time he's been on SmackDown. So and
Hmm.
it's probably just getting old as far as the opponents. Maybe switching brands and having new people to work with would help him. Um, no shenanigans in the Jey Uso match. You just think that's a clean win for Jay?
I think. Mm, I think there could be some shenanigans in there. I think it could be some shenanigans in there. Which, now that I think about it, you possibly. Maybe Logan wins by or maybe Jay wins by DQ because Seth and Braun Breaker interfere in some capacity. I don't think Jay wins clean. If he wins clean, I'll be shocked.
I don't. I want to. I kind of want to hold this for the Raw stuff, but
But go ahead. Matter of fact,
wait.
go
Let
ahead
me
with your
make my
picks,
picks.
and
Yeah.
then and then we can go to the Raw and SmackDown segment
Yeah.
or breakdown.
So I don't have. I don't have Cena winning.
Hmm.
I have our truth winning. Why? Because ain't no way in hell Randy Orton doesn't come in that ring and RKO John Cena to end the match. So that I have truth winning by DQ.
Okay.
Uh, I got Seth and Braun winning. I don't I feel like that match is just about the trimmings. Is there going to be a debut of a third person? Is Sammy turning kind of like how they portrayed the shield turning? I don't think you do that during the match because that'll be something that you probably want to hold to the main event segment because Jay would have to be involved with CM Punk and their whatever just that the aesthetics of it, right? So I don't think that
Hmm.
happens in that match. If it happens, I think that happens main event. Which I think some shenanigans are definitely gonna happen with that, but definitely Seth and Braun. I'm gonna go Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Drew McIntyre is John Cena's next opponent.
Hmm. And that would be at Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank, or they hold it to SummerSlam. It'll be.
Okay.
I think Drew McIntyre is John Cena's next opponent. There was rumors that they were going to go to the CM Punk, and that's another thing I'm gonna hold off to for the Raw stuff too. But it was rumors that he was supposed to work with Cena. Um, I don't know if that's the case. This they probably want to save that for the end. In my opinion, they probably want to save that for Paris. That's just my opinion. I think they want to try to hold it off till Paris, and that's why you give Drew McIntyre to Cena. That's
Okay.
just my opinion on how they are looking to book. Um, I got Jey Uso. I got Jey Uso by some shenanigan pop ups. I think Seth and Bryan get involved in the match. I think Sammy and Punk get involved with the match. Um, yeah, so I think it'll be a win for Jay, but it'll be um, like a distraction finish, whatever, however you would say that.
All right. All righty. Well, we had Friday night SmackDown, or yeah, SmackDown Live, Friday night SmackDown, however you want to pronounce it, and Monday Night Raw.
Mm.
This for your two shows for the weekly episodes. Fair. I did actually watch the full episode of SmackDown. It was okay. It was
Yeah,
okay.
it was a good episode.
Um,
Good episode.
one of the things that I've noticed, and this is why I've noticed, I've really paid attention since Triple H has taken over. And he kind of did this at NXT, and you started to see some of the things that he did when he first took over. You always have to pay attention to the background because you
Mm-hmm.
notice when Tiffany Stratton and Naomi were talking. I mean, I'm sorry, not Naomi. When Tiffany Stratton and Jay
And
Cargill were
Jade,
talking, and
yeah.
then even when Nia Jax was warming up, Naomi was
Mm-hmm.
in the background lurking around and just kind of watching. That's
Right.
you know, and though that was one of the things that really caught my attention to let me know that Naomi's going to be a big player, or still a big player on the women's SmackDown side of things.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I don't, man, I don't understand what they're doing with the tag team division. Why are you having the Street Profits on Friday Night SmackDown defending their titles when you could have them either on Saturday night's main event or put them at Money in the Bank?
See, I don't have a problem with where they're defending their titles. Like if they're gonna defend them on TV every other week and it's before the paper PLE, I'm fine with that. That's fine. It's a tag title. It's a TV title essentially. It's for to create the space to fill the show. That's what the definition of those titles are. That's a workhorse title. If you want to put them there, fine. I just want them to have a good story. At this
Hmm.
point, just have a consistent story. And if the story is with the Street Profits, that they have a budding tag team division that is up and coming and making moves, and they are the champions that have to fight them off, is what the story that I feel that they're telling, then I'm cool. I'm cool. Because if you look at what they're doing with Fraxium, they
Hmm.
have given Fraxium legit momentum off how y'all like to do wins. They are
Hmm.
hot right now. They even beat the Street Profits, although they was banged up, right?
Hmm.
So now you beat the Street Profits. You then beat another legit tag team in DIY. Now you really earned the tag. Like that's a good story. That's a good
Right.
basic. It's a basic 101, but it's a good story, a good competitive story. And then obviously I see no way the Street Profits are losing. So it's
If
just
they if they
it gives
lose,
the
man, I
title
will be
credibility
shocked.
because of the wins. They better not lose. Listen.
No, no, yeah. No, no. I would just like to see the tag titles on the on the card. That's all. I would like to see the tag titles
Yeah.
on a pay per view.
For me, at least the big ones for me. At
Hmm.
least a SummerSlam, a Survivor Series, a Royal Rumble, and obviously Mania. At least those. The B level ones or the ones we try to fight ourselves to watch, like we're doing right now. I'll probably enjoy it more if it's on SmackDown and Raw because that's what I'm really consistently enjoying right now. So I you know, it's just me and my preference. I understand everybody's beef and concern with it. It
Hmm.
doesn't bother me. It really doesn't.
No, no. Over like I said, that was my only thing. But I mean, I understand they're trying to feel some TV time too. But
Mm-hmm.
no, overall, I thought SmackDown was a decent show. How long do you think it will be before we see Solo against Jacob Fatu in a match? Because
Oh,
that's coming.
I think Night of Champions because
Okay,
you
yeah,
got to think right. He's in Money in the Bank. He won his match, so he's not going to fight
Solo,
him at
yeah,
Money in the Bank.
yeah.
Um, and then the next PLE would make sense during this time. They tell us the story of him turning on Jacob, and that's how you get the match to it. There to the match, but yeah, I don't. I'm gonna shock you. I like what they're doing with Jacob and Solo. I don't know if I don't. Nobody really talks. I haven't seen no discourse about this.
Hmm.
I like it. The way he came off on Friday when
Yeah,
he just interrupted him and yada. I mean, we all know what you mean. Yeah, remember
right. He was
the
like,
thing
"Yeah,
he
go ahead,
used to
say it.
do?
Yeah, yeah, say it. Yeah,
He
say it."
sounded like the cousin that used to bully everybody. Remember that thing you used to do when you was younger?
Uh-huh.
You do that right now for my guy. And he sound like this old time, like not a gangster. And it's like they used to the mafia movies, and they used to tell the dude to do the embarrassing thing, and the dude has enough
Uh-huh.
of it, and then he gets shot in the foot. Like that's what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? But the other dude is about to get shot.
Yeah, no,
It
I
feels
it
cool with
was
me. It feels cool
yeah,
with me.
it was cool, and also too, JC can definitely be the person that replaces Jacob because Jacob's he's about to go solo.
And for
He's
JC to get a win over LA Knight, his first match, that
yeah. Well, once I saw Nick Aldis come out and say they're having a match, honestly, you can't. you can't have him losing his debut if you're trying to build him up to be this possible, this not next superstar, but somebody who
But
you can
at the
take
expense
somewhat
of LA
serious.
Knight, though, that's.
Yeah,
I mean, what else could you do? And it's not like a bad thing for JC. I'm just saying, like LA Knight just taking pins. Okay, cool.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I kind of feel like maybe some you can take this pin, give you that money in the bank. Yeah, a little
Maybe,
bit, a little bit, a little,
maybe. Yeah,
under the table.
could
You
be.
gotta take this pin. You
Hey,
give me that
hey, hey,
briefcase.
hey. You know what? You scratch your back, I scratch yours.
Yeah. I don't know what you just said. I
No, no. I
I'm
said.
playing with you. I'm playing with
um, but no,
you.
like I said, SmackDown was a decent show.
Decent
We
show,
also
man.
have,
Decent
yeah,
show. Uh,
we have Alexa Bliss,
yeah.
who won that qualifying match for Money in the
Right.
Bank.
Right.
So
And they setting
that's one
a team
domino.
up. It seems like, or a possible. I don't know. Her and Charlotte look like they're trying to get them to team up. That's
Hmm.
interesting, especially those two types of personalities on camera. Not like they
Yeah.
on camera are kind of the same. Just one is shorter than the other. That's kind of
Do you
interesting.
think they're
I'm
doing that?
intrigued.
Do you think they're doing that on the fact of or the fact that maybe the crowd has turned on Charlotte, so they're trying to get Charlotte back in somewhat good graces with the fans, or
I mean, the crowd has turned on Charlotte 10 years ago, brother. I mean,
I mean, but I mean, I'm just wondering. Everybody
I
loves
think
Alexa
they're
Bliss,
trying.
especially since
No,
she's
I
been
think
gone
they're
for
trying to
over a
build a
year.
hill. I think they're trying to build a hill faction with the
Mm,
veteran women. So yeah,
gotcha.
which if they do that, I'll definitely love it because that like build. I would love them to do that and build like to Survivor Series and do an elimination tag match.
Hmm.
I want my elimination tag match. I'm tired of war games. I want my elimination tag match back. Somebody do an elimination tag. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, so they building a little feud. Jade and Tiffany had their little backstage. Um, I'm interested because did they announce the matches for SmackDown yet? Did you see?
No, I haven't
Who
seen
is
anything as
Jade?
far as the match.
Who is Jade gonna fight in her qualifying match? Because I feel like that's insane.
No, I haven't seen anything for that, unless I'm just missing it. But I haven't seen anything for it. Um,
The
but
Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton match was a banger. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
all in all, just it was a good match.
Even though Nia got busted up with that chair at the very end,
Bro, busted her
and,
shit open, bro.
and, and, and,
Immediately started bleeding.
and I didn't realize it. Like
Immediately.
watching it live, I didn't realize it until I think I saw a clip the next day or a couple days later. Because
Somebody
I actually
slowed it
watched that
down.
last. Yeah, I actually did watch that
Yeah.
last match live. But yeah, I was watching, and when I saw the clip, I was like, "Oh, she got busted wide open for real."
Yo, her shit was leaking
Yeah.
immediately, yo. That shit was crazy. Shout out to her. Though. Like I said, that was a banger. I don't care how y'all think of her. That was a great match. And
Hmm.
I'm right. I'm on Nia train. On the Nia train, bro. She nice.
Yeah.
I hope she goes over to Raw and reinvigorates that division because she should they need to just monster push her one more time. I loved it. I loved it.
It was a good match. It was a very good match. I enjoyed it. Oh, Megan 2 is coming out. Okay. Uh what's she, a superhero now or something? Oh, what the
Who?
Megan.
I don't even know who
Megan
the hell is
2?
Megan. Who
You
was
remember that
Megan?
movie that with that robot doll or whatever?
No.
Yeah, it came out like what's it, 2025? So it came out like probably 2 years ago or something. It was it was a robot doll that went around killing people or whatever. It was Megan 2.0.
Nah,
Oh, I mean, it was called Megan, but the new one's called Megan 2.0. So, um,
all right,
but what?
cool.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and jump to Monday Night Raw, where Seth Rollins, his story seemed to dominate the entire show. You
Definitely.
know, it definitely dominated. He came out. Um, well, Logan Paul actually kicked off Raw and
Yeah.
was giving his cut his promo, and then Gunther came out and interrupted
Hmm.
him and pretty much reemphasized whether it's you or Jay. I'm going to see you guys. I'm going to see one of you guys on June 9th.
I
And then
like
Jay
this promo.
Uso, huh?
I said I
Yeah,
love the promo that between them. Definitely.
yeah.
Logan
Good.
Logan still has a ways to go in his promo skills and how to kind of not sound
Hmm.
scripty-ish.
Scriptish,
Like
yeah.
I don't think he like has a straight script, but I think he's trying to make sure that he gets to a point like he's trying really hard and it's making him sound like he'd be like, how you do it? Like what are you doing that sound for? Like just
It's
talk.
almost like he, it's almost like he wants to make sure he hits his spots, if that makes sense.
Yeah, which is cool. It's an experience thing, which is something that the more he gets into a live crowd as they're booing the shit out of him, he'll learn how to control that adrenaline when he's talking on the mic. He is his the
Hmm.
dude promo was good, very good in my opinion. Best one I think back and forth with a person wise, maybe since Seth when he had his promo before WrestleMania. So yeah, I liked it. Loved it. I loved the sneaking by Jay to give him
Hmm.
knock him out for once. And then the tie-in at the end of the night is Logan Paul knocks his ass out again. But definitely all the juxtapose. I felt like I don't know if you noticed this, but it was like they would show Seth saying something to somebody, whatever, and then they'll show Jay in the locker room just staring at the title, and then somebody coming in to see him. You know what I'm saying? Or he
Yeah.
was, walking down and somebody came to talk to him. Like it was kind of crazy how that was a kind of like Seth was more aggressive going up to people telling him, yo, I'm next. Going up to Gunther and saying, I'm next. Logan Paul, A. You know what I'm saying? Braun had the match at the end of the night, so he said Jay's gonna go in there hurt, and if you know what's good for you, you'll give me a title shot because you know why you won that title because I put him, whatever, I got him hurt or whatever. So it was definitely a good thread, and definitely, like I said, juxtaposed to one character being aggressive and feeling like he's about to take it, and Jay's kind of wondering if he still can hold the weight. You know what I'm saying? So it
Hmm.
just very good, very good
And,
storytelling.
and also too, real quick, I think with the tease of possibly seeing a Gunther Logan Paul match, like I said, we both picked Jay to win, so it looks like for Saturday night's main event as well as possibly him winning at Money in the Bank. But I do think it's a good tease that if they need to down the line, they could go to Gunther versus Logan Paul because I think they would definitely put on a very good match.
I would like a Gunther versus Logan Paul match.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
think they
something
could.
that you do go to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could like if they ever need to, and that's the one thing about with these stories, they may not happen now as far as like with these matches, but it could possibly lead to something down the line. Could possibly, not saying it will, but it could possibly
Mm-hmm.
lead to something down the line. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something to keep an eye on between Logan and Gunther here in the upcoming months. Also, too. One of the I thought prayers up to Zoe Stark. She really messed
Mm-hmm.
up her knee bad during the women's qualifying match for Money in the Bank between her, Rhea
Mm-hmm.
Ripley, and Insane. Um,
Disgusting. Like I
yeah,
was kind of
man,
mad that people were clipping it off and showing like I'm like, oh come on, bro, nobody want to see that shit.
yeah,
But
like
I'm
her
still, oh
leg
man,
literally twisted the other. Oh, man, it was ugly.
it was disgusting.
Very bad. Rhea Ripley, she won her match to qualify for the women's
Of
Money in the
course.
Bank. Well, we knew that. I think we all knew that was happening. Penta and AJ
Duh.
Styles against Finn Balor and JD McDonough. I thought that was a pretty
Finn
solid
Balor
match.
actually Finn Balor won a freaking match.
Yeah,
Did
he
you
did.
Holy shit.
He did, yeah. I thought it was a
And
good match,
then
even though
and
you
then he
had
went to go set up. He set up Dominic. He
yo
said he
Dominic,
told Roxanne to
yo
give him the Dino Nuggies.
hold on. Dominic's got to be like the luckiest dude, man, in the world. He goes from Rhea Ripley to Liv
To
Morgan, and
live,
now
and
possibly
then
Roxanne Perez.
bro. She came in with the hot Dino Nuggies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's and then Finn just back there like, yeah,
yeah. Pretty much, he's like, yeah,
you
go tell her.
motherfucker, you ain't shit, Finn.
Now,
I'm saying it right now. You ain't shit. Yeah.
and real quick, on a serious non-story note, how long is Liv Morgan going to be out for? I mean, she's
They
doing a
said she's gonna
movie.
be come back within a couple of weeks. So the film
Okay,
is
okay,
wrapped up for her. She'll be back in like a couple of weeks.
okay.
Probably
I didn't know.
probably Monday. I would probably assume that's why they did what they did as far as that angle goes.
Okay, all right. No, like I said, Raw was a good episode. Raw was a good episode. Seth really his story really weaving through the entire episode. And you said that's something that you really like. It really keeps um, the show flowing pretty well when you have one story that somehow is connected with other parts of the or other stories throughout the show, and maybe even the other show. Sometimes it just depends on what they're
Speaking,
trying to do.
speaking, I'm a I'm gonna get past this episode and get to Raw next week
Hmm.
because if I don't know if you heard that pop that CM Punk got,
Yeah.
but that's an arena shaker pop that CM Punk got. Singing his song well into the angle. Bro,
Hmm.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to wait to do that Cena Punk match like they want to. They might have to force that. They might have to force that as soon as SummerSlam. I think the way that this is cooking between with Seth and Punk, and if Roman comes back into the fold and they start doing whatever they do with it and Punk's involved, it's only gonna get louder and louder because he's only gonna look better and better.
Yep. Yep.
There's no way. No, I give it 2 weeks. There's no way people don't start crying about getting that Cena Punk match now. They don't want to wait.
Yep.
they'll want it on Night of Champions. They'll try to do a Saturday night main event if they do it on in July. They're gonna want that match ASAP.
And you know what's funny? And we're going to give a talk about here about Cena's heel turn just a second. Um, One of the things about Monday Night Raw that I really like, or I shouldn't say I really like, but that was pretty much that something that needs to be talked about. Seth Rollins pants. Seth, get you a belt, get you some looser pants.
Bro, if you don't like, I don't know what. Why is it so tight on the calf and then it's so loose on the way? How does that
On the
happen?
hips.
I don't
Man, yeah.
like. Why is it loose? Like, are you? You're
Yeah.
clearly free balling.
Yeah.
There's
He
no
was free
part,
balling. Free
you know. Boy,
balling.
you was free as a goddamn new slave. You was free.
um
You was free. Don't do that again.
Natalia. Yeah, don't do that again. Natalia versus Roxanne versus Becky Lynch. That was the other women's Money in the Bank ladder match, a ladder qualifying match. Um, that was Roxanne. She had a good night because not only does she win, but she also, I guess, joins the Judgment Day in a sense. So she had a decent night.
Oh, she's in that stage where they somebody yells at you and tells you you're not a part of the Judgment Day for a month, and then you be a part of the Judgment Day in a month. So yeah,
Hmm.
that should be fun. Um, like I said, like that story, like that's gonna be a nice little story. I feel that's gonna be a Finn Dominic match coming into there. Possibly
Mm-hmm.
Night of Champions, maybe. Um, yeah, I for sure. I think putting her with, I think it fits kind of her look. Either her look kind of fits that. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do there. But they obviously, I feel like they're putting Liv and Roxanne in a feud together. So
Yeah,
yeah, I as much as I bag on Liv, I don't really like. I love Liv, but yeah, I would love to see that match. That match would be
yeah.
nice.
Jay Uso, Braun Breaker. We kind I think everybody kind of knew how that match was going to go. Jay won by
Mm.
DQ because of interference, and then CM
Loudest
Punk,
pop of
like
the
you
night
just
was CM Punk.
yeah, CM Punk. I mean, they were literally singing this song even after the music
Yeah,
stopped. So,
bro.
good solid match. We knew the outcome because that's giving us a preview of what's going to happen on Saturday night's main event with CM Punk, Sami Zayn against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Let's go ahead and let's talk about John Cena's heel run. I think we're having an honest talk or an honest look at John Cena's heel turn. And fam, I'm gonna start with you. Uh, Good or bad for John Cena and for WWE as a whole?
Okay, it's a miss. Okay, I'm gonna
Hmm.
but it's not a miss because it's not good because people like myself, I get what the heel character he's turning is. I don't think other people that just look at things basically and be like, oh, it's not, it doesn't make sense because it doesn't follow this. But sometimes something can be so smart or too much logic and thinking is behind it that it makes it
Hmm.
go over people's heads. Like you're complaining about the things that he wants you to complain about. This
Right.
this this it's John Cena being the most sarcastic prick ever. That's what they turned this heel turn into after the debacle of WrestleMania. Now it's just John Cena like, yo, I don't give a damn what y'all people boo me, cheer me. All I got to do is wait out until December, and I'm gonna walk out with your fucking championship, and you're gonna have to have a new championship because I'm gonna take this one home. And all you dummies that keep talking about, oh, I'm not working right and I can't do this and that and Travis fucking Scott taking 20 minutes to get like they turned that all into I don't care. That's pretty much I don't care.
Mm.
This is
No,
this is Karen. This is the Karenist. No, I can't even call it Karen. What is the opposite of Karen? Like when somebody just yells at you and gets angry at you, sort of like Spaces. Like you had that one dude that just get everybody starts yelling at him, and he just be like, "Yeah," and everybody just get mad because you're not giving them the energy that they want. That's what this
uh-huh.
John Cena character is. That's what it is.
No, I honestly, I don't know if it's well, obviously it's too little, too late in a sense, but I am enjoying the heel turn. I am enjoying the run. You just wish it was during when he was in his prime, or or whatnot, just because of the fact that,
Did you
or
like the
rather,
the the Orton Cena match? Like, did you think it was like
yeah, it was a
bad?
good match. No, it was a decent match.
I mean, I don't know the Prime thing. I don't, his he
Well,
can
well,
John Cena can get through a match,
yeah,
right?
no, 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 no. When I say prime, I was talking about when he was like almost like Super Cena or something like that, like during that run.
Right, right.
Um, I
So
just
you want
wish it
to
was
injustice
earlier.
Cena? That's what
Yeah,
you wanted.
I just yeah, pretty much. I just wish it was earlier, or yeah, earlier in his career, because I think yeah, man, it was
Yeah,
just.
I think
But no,
it's just a
I've
miss. It's
enjoyed
a
it though.
miss. It's a miss. I no, I've enjoyed it too. So, but when I say it's a miss, I'm talking about just for the general public of it. I people like myself, you, we can find things we can enjoy in certain things, so we can find it to be enjoyable. We're not going to complain about it too much, right?
Hmm.
But it's a miss because I think it just went over everybody's head, and then it's like at this point they're just going to do. He's a big enough star to just be like, well, just play it out. If it missed, it missed.
Hmm.
Maybe we end the championship run a little sooner and give it to whoever. But I just it's a miss. Although I enjoy it, but it's a miss. It's a miss. It's a miss, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin's turn was, and that's because they never should have really turned him. It,
I think,
they
yeah,
didn't need to turn him. They didn't
but
need to.
I
We
do
all
think,
know why he turned,
yeah, I
but
was gonna say, yeah,
yeah.
Stone Cold wanted a refresher, but
No, I'm talking about
and
Cena. We all know why
oh,
Cena
Cena,
turned
Cena,
him,
oh, gotcha, gotcha,
because
gotcha.
of Rock meddling in affairs that he needs to kind of take a step back from. Now, like
Right.
don't come back here no more.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it is a little bit of a miss, but at the same time, it's been good. I've been enjoying it. He is pretty
Yeah,
much
I'm good with it.
he's like stripping everything away that we've come to know and love of John Cena. Honestly.
Right. But then also gave a little glimpse that maybe he was regretting it. Maybe he comes out of it
Hmm.
like he's doing, like, you just got to pay attention to him and how he's rocking and how he's looking through it. If you want to be patient enough to do that, yeah, you're gonna enjoy it. If you just want something that you think you want to book in your head how John Cena's heel turn is gonna look, you're not gonna like it and you're gonna miss it. And that makes it a
Man,
miss,
that was
to
my
be
eye.
honest with you.
Exactly.
I don't know what happened to
Um,
your eye. What happened to your eye?
yeah, I was eyelash or something got into it. Um, should there be a third person with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker? Should there be a third person with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker? I think it should. I think just for the sake of more so getting somebody else who might need that push, maybe, but also too who I think it needs I think for Seth and Braun Breaker's story to evolve even more, I think you need that third person. And I think we've kind of hinted at it possibly being Sami Zayn from what happened after Raw after WrestleMania was yeah, where he kind of looked at Jay Uso, he kind of stared at him. He
Mm-hmm.
has a little bit of history with Paul Heyman. He was in the bloodline. He also has history with Seth Rollins. He fought against Braun Breaker. Um, yeah, if they add a third person into this, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn makes the most sense.
I mean, Sami Zayn would be the perfect person. It's to kind of the enemy within type of thing. Like, oh, my brother turned on me again,
Hmm.
mind you. Um, it's so many ways they can. That's why this is when wrestling storylines it can get good, but then when you have so many possibilities and then somebody latches on to the most extravagant one of those possibilities, and then they do the other ones that are just safe, it
Hmm.
becomes vitriol and stuff like that. There's so many ways they can go. They can link up Bloodline and have them go after the three of them. They can just have Roman come back and him and Jay can battle them with Punk,
Hmm.
right? It's it's a lot of different ways, but we all know Roman is attached to it. So the fact that it's this hot with the angle before Roman comes into it is kind of insane. And then you
Yeah,
get the caveat of Jay actually loses the title if he cashes in. When does that happen? The storyline is really good. It's really good. It's involving a lot of people, and kind of the star power of others is kind of elevating uh the title per se, only because people are wanting to chase after it, not so much yet that Jay has done anything with it, which is interesting. But it's a really good. It's definitely been really good.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
do the third yet? I mean, I would think so. I would think Sammy would. I think Sammy would turn on him, or maybe it's a whole nother person we don't know who. But I think
right.
you add a third person. Do you wait? I don't know.
I
I
mean,
feel like you want to do
it's
that.
a
Say Seth is in Money in the Bank. I feel like then is where you would debut. Make that third person impact Money in the Bank and him winning Money in the Bank or something like that. Like I
yeah.
don't know if you do it like Saturday.
Yeah. I know I mentioned earlier maybe Sammy could possibly turn heel at Saturday night's main event, but that if he does, that's a 30% chance, 25-30% chance that he doesn't.
I
Well,
agree.
very low if he
I
doesn't.
agree. I agree.
Um, there's been a double standard for women, fair, and you brought this to my attention. There's been a double standard for women in wrestling, and it seems like it's coming from the IWC. You want to go ahead and elaborate on that for us? What is the double standard for women
I
in
just
professional wrestling?
I don't know if it's even right to call it a double standard per se. I just think there's always this thing like if a person is always booked in a title, I'm gonna just put it out there. Rhea is booked in a lot of title feuds, right?
Hmm.
Win or loss, she's booked in a lot of title feuds. Well, I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think that she's the hottest person right now. The 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 discourse on an app is not translating to the arena she's in every night. So when you sit here and people get latched on to wanting to hate the character so much that they get to body shaming and name calling and all of this shit to women, well, like she said, you're kind of not helping us grow.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever Rhea is doing on Raw in the women's division on Raw is fine. That's a strong division. So the things that Becky can't be in title contention anymore because she's done it already. Let the younger ones get up. Well, what is Becky supposed to do? Just sit there and let everybody wrestle and just talk on the mic all fucking day? Like, what is she
Hmm.
supposed to do?
Right.
She gets paid to wrestle. She wins sometimes. Rhea wins sometimes. Liv wins sometimes. Like Bianca Belair wins sometimes. They're the best women wrestlers in the company, best worker, some of the best workers, period, in the company, in the world. So why do they have to be pushed a certain way because they've done it already?
Hmm.
Why can't just better things be booked for them to look better and have others look better while they're looking better? That's the thing about wrestling. You get your top star over, but that next person that person they're working with is supposed to also look like a star. Maybe let maybe
Hmm.
say the company should get better at that instead of Rhea
Right.
shouldn't be booked in the title matches all the time or Becky shouldn't win titles anymore. Maybe tell the company to get more creative on how they're booking women.
Yeah. Yeah. I see both sides because it was like that for John Cena for some years too, where it just seemed
Yeah.
like he was winning titles every other month or whatever the case may be. But no, I think I see both sides of the argument. I see both
Mhm.
sides of the argument. On one, Rhea Ripley right now is one of the hottest, if not the hottest female wrestler right now for the company for WWE. So I get that she's getting opportunities. You capitalize off of who's hot. If her merch is selling like crazy, you're going to put her in positions to where either she wins the title or she is in positions to possibly be for the title.
Mhm.
And then in this, but I also see the other side where people are saying, Man, it just seems like not just Rhea Ripley, but others are just getting all these opportunities and nobody else. But to your point, I see that side too, where you know the company needs to do a better job of booking the other talent to make sure that they're in positions to where they look strong. Because I mean, let's be honest, whether it was Vince McMahon, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, whomever, if they realize that the crowd is for this certain person and they're getting super over, they're going to go with that person.
Exactly. They
Whether
have
whether
to.
we agree,
It doesn't make
that,
sense not to.
exact business wise, it makes sense, and especially if they're doing the most important thing, which is make their money. If they're making their money, they're going to push that superstar. I mean, it just is what it is. Now,
And
if they're
also,
put,
how do you get the new superstar over? You put them over the existing superstar. So you have to have a Rhea Ripley. You have to have a Charlotte Flair. You have to have a Becky. You have to have these women and flip it over to the men of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, etc. You have to have the top for the person to come up to have a challenge to reach.
Mhm.
That's always been wrestling. The guy, the up and comer against the established person, whichever good or evil, that's how you get the next person over. It's not about the wrestlers themselves, it's about the booking of the wrestlers. Rhea's in the title match because she's the best wrestler and can handle that. She has
Mhm.
great matches. She looks good with the title. She has a unique look. Becky Lynch is a mic god. Bailey is a ring god. Flip it. Sasha Banks over there or Mercedes Monet and a Matt God and a Mike God. These women know how to do more than the bullshit sometimes that they give them. And the Triple H, I don't know if you need to hire a woman, hire somebody just to overlook the women and making sure that their storylines are actually decent. I will say this though, it has gotten tiny little bit of better. It's more competitive in their storylines. I'm not going to sit here and just throw darts at them, but you need to do more. It needs to
Mhm.
like the harm to your division, your women's division has been shown a lot lately because you haven't done enough storytelling to bring other youngins up so Rhea or Becky or whoever has a chance to give that rub off to. You haven't done enough. Lyra's coming up. She had a really good match with Becky and has continued to have a feud. Great. Hopefully Roxanne will fill that spot. Hopefully Julie will do something. Maybe Jay gets on fire. Hopefully Nia goes over to Raw and does like you have to book better. You have to book better on the women's side. That's just it's
Yeah,
the company. Like you shouldn't aim anything at wrestlers themselves. You should aim it at the booker.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, of course, they don't they see the wrestlers more than they do the bookers, so
Exactly.
they're going to go after them. All right, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, we're getting ready to wrap up here pretty soon here in the next few minutes, but we have a new segment called Quick Hitters. That's right, Quick Hitters. For about 2 minutes or so, we're going to wrap it. Let's do rapid fire and just talk about some things real quick. All right, 2 minutes or so on the clock. Fair, start with you. Tiffany versus Nia Jax, that match. What were your thoughts about that match and what is it going to do? Was it a good look for Tiffany's character, Nia's character going forward?
Yeah, I think that match did a whole lot more than that Charlotte Tiffany match did.
Mhm.
Period. Like that match, great work. The story was already there from previous how they're being together as a team. Like I thought that match did a hell of a lot more, or maybe just got her back on the right course.
Mhm. No, I agree. I think that match did a lot for her. I think her moving past Charlotte right now is good for her because leading up to the match and then having the match at Mania 41, you could tell animosity there. And Tiffany, and I think to a certain degree, Tiffany being still a little green in certain areas may have led to some of the spots they had at Mania 41. But I think her moving away from Charlotte right now is definitely helping her, and she seems to be pretty comfortable with Nia Jax right now. So
for sure.
I think this was it was a very good match, and I think that for her and for Tiffany, it was a good spot for her, and it really put her in a different light moving forward.
All
All
right.
right. The
That was before the time.
timeline. Oh, it was.
We was ahead of time. There you go. Look at that.
Oh, okay. At a time. All right, here we go. All right. The next topic, quick hitter. Cody's return. When do we think that Cody's return will happen? I think Cody's going to come back. Never. No, I was playing. Cody Rhodes is going to probably come back. I'm guessing at was it May 21st. I don't think he's going to come back in July and Night of Champions for some reason. I think he's going to come back
That's
around
the
Night
end
of
of
Champions.
June. That's the end of June.
So it's okay. So the end of June. Okay, I think that's when he comes back. I think Cody Rhodes
Night of
deserves
Champions.
definitely. Yeah, I think he comes back at Night of Champions. I think he deserves his time off, and I think once he comes back, you're going to see him obviously get thrown back into the the undisputed championship title scene. And I think he's going to. I'm not saying he won't get a shot, but he'll be lurking around in that picture per se. So no, I think he comes back at Night of Champions at the end of June, and then from there, hey, well, I just have to sit back and wait and see.
Yeah, so Cody, I think Cody does come back. I think he has a match at Night of Champions. I think he comes back before. If Drew doesn't get Cena, I think Drew and Cody will be a match to look for soon. Like I said, I think they're not going to be able to get off until September for Punk Cena. I think that match happens quickly, and I think you give Drew to Cody and let them work some magic.
Real quick, the Pacers have cut the lead down to two with
Damn,
like 20. Yeah, they were down by as much as 15 at one point,
I
and they have
forgot
now
that
cut
game
the
was on.
lead. They have now cut the lead down to two. So that's why if you saw my reaction like this, fair, my eyes open because they just made that hit. What you call it? Hit like three threes in a row for Indiana. I forgot his name. I think was it Matthews? No, no, was it Matthews? I forgot who it was. Um, Will Ospreay says that he can go against anybody in the WWE.
Well, man said he was better than anybody in WWE.
Better.
So I
Pardon me, he
just
was
want to,
better. Go ahead, Fair.
I
You
just,
started.
I just want to know why you keep mentioning their name. Like, if you're so much better than, why the fuck are you worrying about two then? Why do you keep bringing up a motherfucking name that's not as good as you? Huh?
Do you
If your
think?
company's
Do
so
you
much
think?
better, why the fuck are you talking about the other company?
Go
Motherfucker.
ahead.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You compare them yourself to them. They don't compare themselves to you, brother. Bro, bro, go over there. We don't need, bro. We don't want, go over there. Stop coming over here, looking over here. What we fucking doing over here and shit. Go over there. Stop talking. Stop talking. You reporters, stop fucking asking them about WWE, please. It's corny.
I think what this is. I think this might be a cry for him, or not a cry, but I think this is like uh, possibly a way of letting him know, letting WWE know I'm very interested in coming over to WWE. I think
Well, you're
that
not
whenever
coming
it's
now. You're not
no, no,
coming now. You keep
I,
talking and fucking yapping your mouth.
hey,
Go
I
over
think
there.
I no, I think he's going to come. I think he's going to come over there. I think
Stay
he's going to
over
come
there.
over there.
I'm
Here's
not
why.
watching if he
Because
comes over here.
look here. I guarantee you, Triple H is seeing this. Not well, hopefully this podcast, but he's hearing this and he's seeing this.
Yeah.
What
See this
Will is saying.
podcast, please.
Yeah, please see this podcast. I'm
Please
sure
see this
he's
podcast.
hearing what Will is saying, and he's probably saying to himself, "Okay, when your contract is up and the opportunity comes, let's sit down, let's talk turkey, let's break bread." and let's see if the numbers add up. And if they add up, excuse me, if they add up, we will welcome you. And all that stuff that you've been talking about how you're better than everybody else in WWE, we're going to put it to the test. So I think from Will's perspective, I think that this is his way of negotiating a way for him to come to WWE or for him to get a new contract with AEW. One of the two things are one of those two
Yeah,
things.
get a new contract with AEW, and
I
please
bet you
shut the fuck
that's what
up
it
about
is.
WWE.
That's what it
Because
is.
I'm so sick of you.
And look, here's
I'm
another
so
thing
sick
too.
of you.
Think about it. It's that little brother syndrome of where AEW can't go. It seems like they can't go a day, week, month, or year without mentioning WWE in some capacity. If they focus on their own stuff and focus on on their stuff in house, they will be fine. They will be fine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that about wraps up Quick Hitters. Thank you so much for tuning in to Wrestling with the Bros. Hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as we enjoyed bringing you the show. Hey, you guys have a great week. Enjoy your week. Be safe out there because it is the holiday coming up and it's Memorial Day weekend. So please, please, please be safe. Follow us at WWTV 2024 for our executive producer, Smitty. Fair, I'm Chris. You all take care. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you all here next week. Actually, yes, we'll see you all here next week. Take care. Smitty, hit the music. Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the 12th episode. I remember this time. 12th episode of Wrestling with the Bros. Acknowledge us. For Fair, Smitty, I'm Chris. Y'all have a good one. Hey, y'all take care.